This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. A literary analysis comprises a critical appraisal of the techniques used by an author to send out a message to their audience. Therefore, it looks at the forms of literature styles that the author has integrated to initiate the desired appeals to their audience. On that account, Good People by David Foster Wallace, first published in print in the New Yorker magazine on February 5, 2007, embraces various forms of literary approaches, including allusion, notable themes, conflicts, and a 5-point plot sequence, to dig deep into the characters' feelings and enable the readers to empathize with their immediate situation. Thus, the following essay details a literary analysis of Good People, suggesting that the author achieved his purpose of engaging the reader all through since the story is enticing. Big ideas at work. Good People by Wallace is based on a Christian couple that is experiencing one of the most difficult moments in their lives because of a simple mistake with outcomes and reparations that go against their moral standards. The author adopts a 5-point plot sequence to expose his readers to the tension the characters experience in their situation and the weight of the choices they are about to make on their conscience. Subsequently, the author adopts a climax characterized by intense feelings and personal reflections of the characters and their ambitions in life. According to Wallace, both Lane and Sherry have high hopes for their lives, come from a strict Christian background, and planned for a bright future. Sadly, they faced an unwanted pregnancy with plans to abort the child. Nevertheless, Sherry decided to keep it, thus presenting the plot's resolution. Subsequently, the author adopts unique literary and characterization approaches to usher the readers into the conflicts experienced by the characters. First, the plot takes a minor first-person approach to storytelling since the narrator is a character in the background of the story. However, the author tells the story in a way that reflects the character's thinking and reasoning, allowing him to share complex imagery and deep thoughts of the characters as they struggle to make the final decision. Nonetheless, the main reason the characters are in conflict is not uncovered until the story progresses. Thus, the foreshadowing allows the reader to question the narrator's intentions and the main lessons of his story. What the story says about human nature. The main themes presented in the story are love, conflict, religion, and individual morality, representing literary aspects of naturalism, romanticism, and classicism. Naturalism is the belief that nothing exists beyond nature. Consequently, the story is based on natural human experiences and the potential reparations of human actions. After engaging in premarital sex, Sherry got pregnant and was obligated to face the implications of her misdeeds. However, the story strongly presents classicism as the characters highly regard their traditions and religious backgrounds. The couple believes that an unwanted pregnancy will disgrace their families and introduce setbacks in their lives. Moreover, they value their education and the tenets of starting a family, thus introducing challenges in accepting their fate. One of the main lessons from the story about human nature is people's high levels of indecisiveness. Although the author incorporated romanticism, complex human emotions, and the theme of love in the story, none of the characters was sure that they wanted to engage with their situation. Despite both characters' desire to abort the baby, they are not contented with their decision, which substantially impacts their ability to make a choice. Moreover, Lane was not completely sure that he loved Sherry but could not disclose this information to her for fear of how she would react. Thus, the author reveals that human nature is characterized by uncertainties that limit human advancement. The moral of the story. Good People is a story that sheds light on the issues individuals experience in life due to judgment by society and stereotyping. The characters in the story share passionate moments, suggesting that they have feelings for each other. Moreover, they have the potential to succeed in life despite dealing with early pregnancy because they are both educated and can take care of a child together. Sadly, they live in constant fear of their family members and individuals' opinions when they realize the truth. However, Sherry is strong and decides to keep the child and face the lash of society. As a result, the author urges the audience to contemplate whether they make decisions due to societal pressures or based on their moral standing. Conclusion. Good People is an exciting reading because it fully engages its audience to empathize with the conflicts presented in the story and the characters' experiences due to their mistakes. The author adopts several literary styles, including the themes of love, human relationships, culture, and religion, to bring out the plot's appeal. However, he also incorporates storytelling techniques that allow him to carefully build up a climax and resolve the characters' issues. Through the story, the audience learns that actions may not always have the best outcomes. However, the decision on how to proceed depends on an individual and their morality. Thus, it is crucial to satisfy oneself instead of paying attention to societal opinions. This essay on literary analysis of Good People by David Foster Wallace was written and submitted by a student just like you. The Ivy Panda Samples database hosts thousands of works similar to this one on various subjects. Visit ivypanda.com to find what you are looking for, free of charge.